Hello my diamond art friends, my name is Ilene and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support and friendship. I'm going to do a whip and chat today. As you can see, I'm halfway through Lord Dracula from Sparkle Studios. He is working up nicely and quickly. He's a 30 by 30 around drill with 3 ABs. And since I am a Sparkle Studio affiliate, I thought why not do a whip and chat where you guys can see the drills. And while I'm doing that, I am going to do some vampire facts. And once those vampire facts are done, I did have some facts about blood in general, since we all know that vampires drink blood, or so they say. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and lower this because I've already sectioned off a area. As you can see that drill field is still pretty clear and very, very nice. All right, let me get myself set down. And I have added galactic alien putty in my pens, in both the single placers and the multi placers, which I use a 4 placer and I use a 7 placer. Okay. And I have my Elizabeth Ward funnel that I got off of Etsy. So that's all. I'm going to use my, I will likely use my Deep 6 ephemera 3D ghost tray and my small little tray for the ones where I don't have a lot. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with getting our facts going after I get some drills put down here. Let me go ahead and see, where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? I'm going to start with D. What the heck? All right. So I hope everybody is doing well. Super hot here in Florida. That's really nothing new for the summertime here, but yeah, it's just so oppressively hot, and you know, that's the way it goes down here. But anyway, me put down some D's here and we'll get started on getting that going, and then I can start our little interesting vampire facts. And I will say, I was a little disappointed. I didn't think I was going to be able to get the peppermint alien putty. I went on the website and hit the Make Your Own Wall Art website, and it was sold out. But then I went on the TikTok shop, and they had a little bit. They had some, so I ordered it off of there. So I am excited to be able to give that a try. It is on its way, along with the other one that I bought last week as well, which is the mystery alien putty. And then I got 2 modded pen tips, so we're gonna see how they work for me too. But yeah, let me just get these down, and we'll come on. That's how we want it. Boop, boop, boop. There, okay. Vampire facts. Fact number 1. Vampires have been talked about for hundreds of years. The legend of the vampire has been around for centuries with a myriad of cultures. The earliest vampire history dates back to ancient Greece, whose civilization lasted from 1200 BC to 323 BC. During this period, there were stories of people being attacked and drained of their bodily fluids. They took this as a sign of vampirism. While the modern vampire drinks the blood of its victims, these attacks definitely kick-started the history of vampires. I didn't know that fact at all. That's a pretty interesting one. Ooh, didn't. Oh, come on. I might have too much on there. I thought I had it all worked out, but I guess not. Well, we'll try it again in a second. Maybe it was just that drill. Didn't want to work. Wanted to give me a hard time. And that drill talked to the other drill. You know. Don't normally have this trouble when I'm using it. Maybe it's just because I just put them down. So give me a second to grab my scissors. Maybe it's because I didn't trim enough down. So it's a little too good of a stick. I don't know. All right, anyway. Let's give that a try and see what happens. All right, well, it doesn't appear to be based on the video that I remember that Chris posted. It could be just, I am just plopping them down instead of really trying to do it in a decent way, which is doing like the Rakuten method, you know, where you put your one drill down and then rock your pen that way. Likely it's an Ilene issue. What else is new? I do things a little bit conky and weird sometimes. Okay, anyways, number 2. Why vampires drink blood. Vampires attack and drink blood to survive, and secondarily for pleasure. This distinction, This distinction may seem irrelevant, but not all vampires relish draining blood from living things, mostly humans. For vampires, drinking blood can be compared to humans consuming food and drinks. They need to drink blood of the living to survive. In addition to blood, vampires commonly have been thought to consume other essences of the human body, including thoughts, saliva, and fluids exchanged during sexual activity. While all vampires need to suck blood, some depictions of vampires reject the idea of hurting or killing humans, so they drink the blood of animals. Okay. Bink. Oh, come on, nice and slow. You don't need to binkity bink. Binkity bink. There. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm doing the C's now. How vampires manipulate the mind. I think that's probably what I'm most interested in. There are various abilities present in vampire myth, depending on the source. One of these powers is the consumption and or manipulation of victims' thoughts. For example, in certain depictions, it's believed that vampires are able to feel the emotions of their victims and essentially absorb their that's well, it got cut off. So let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Since they absorb there. Human victims. That's so weird. It like cut off, and I found it like in a weird spot. Anyway, so let's try that again. For example, in certain depictions, it's believed that vampires are able to feel the emotions of their victims and essentially absorb their human victims. Darn it. All right, well, what are you gonna do? What can you do? All right, here we go. All right. I'm gonna do number 4 in just a second. Let me put these C's back and grab this the next symbol I'm gonna do. There. Okay. Perfect. All right. So why vampires are undead? So we will do that in just a second. Letting get a couple of these laid down. Now that I'm going nice and easy and not trying to speed diamond paint like it's a contest with myself. It's okay to go nice and slow. All right. Many of a vampire's powers can exist simply because of the fact that they are no longer living human beings. They are supernatural creatures that are classified as the undead. As an undead figure, their everyday functionalities differ from those of living or dead beings, like sustenance requirements and forms of reproduction. And it offers no other explanation there. That's the end of that. Number 4. Let me get a couple more of these down. Good grief. I wonder if it's the tip. Oh, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me having too much. Yeah, maybe I had too much on the pen. Probably that's what it is. So that's why it's sticking. Yeah, it'll get better. Okay. Let me take a swig of my cherry Pepsi. Very good. All right. Number 5 is how vampires reproduce. Let's see how vampires reproduce. The form of reproduction that vampires engage in is different from that of living organisms. Creating more vampires can be helpful in increasing the size of a clan or coven. For example, a vampire can turn a mortal into another vampire by biting them and not draining them of their blood. This entails the transfer of vampire blood and or venom to the human, and the human living after the vampire finishes feeding, like in the Twilight Saga novels and films, which we know from other WIP and chats. If you guys follow me pretty regularly, I have not watched. But that's only because I thought it was really weird that we had a glittery vampire. But it's okay. I digress, and we'll move on to the rest of this. Another way a vampire can turn human into vampire is by killing a human who has vampire blood in their system and then drinking human blood once they awaken, which occurs in the Vampire Diaries television show and books. Don't come for me, guys. I've never watched the Vampire Diaries either. Oh, good grief. I guess I don't watch a lot of that stuff. I don't know. Anyway, another thing. Come on, give a girl a break. All right, anyway. This process relies on blood exchange and the death of a human with vampire blood in their veins. Once they awaken in transition, they must feed on human blood, essentially completing the cycle, or die. Vampires can also turn humans by drinking a majority of the human's blood and then forcing them to drink vampire blood, like in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Lastly, some vampire folklore says that a human can be turned by a vampire bat. I have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so at least there's that. And then I did watch part of like the Angel series. But it was a long, long time ago. But yep, I did. I did watch those. And I did watch the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, right? That was with Luke Perry and oh gosh, what was the blonde girl's name? I want to say her name was Heather something, but that's probably not right. Um, you can see her face too. It doesn't matter, and it's not important. But I did see Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so hopefully that saves me a little. Put this away and we're going to grab our next one. What one? Let's see. We'll do a little. Oh, I missed one of the other ones. So that's all right. We'll go back to it. I always go back to the ones I missed. Okay, so number 6, how Dracula became a vampire. That's better. Yeah, that's what I needed to do with the pen. Here we go, guys. Let's see what Dracula had. How Dracula became a vampire. Guys and gals, I should say. I'll read that and then we'll do the next color. All right. The most famous vampire is Count Dracula. From Bram Stoker's Dracula, creates more vampires by biting humans, spreading his blood and venom, but the way he becomes the original vampire is up for debate. In the vampire novel Bram Stoker's Dracula, it is assumed that Count Dracula uses his intensive knowledge from schooling and some black magic to make him immortal. Where was I? Oh, okay, sorry. In Francis Ford Coppola's horror film Dracula becomes a vampire in response to his wife's denial into heaven. Furthermore, his wife Elizabeta commits suicide due to the false reports of Dracula's death in fighting as a soldier, so her soul is unable to remain pure and enter heaven. Because of this, Dracula channels black magic and turns into a vampire out of undying love for his late wife. Using her damnation, he turns into a vampire to begin the vampire race in this universe. Okay, well, I never actually heard that before, and I guess I haven't seen Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. I did see the original, like Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. Was it from the? I don't even know what year it was from. We watched that my senior year in high school in English class because we read the book, and so I remember it and I thought it was interesting. I mean, I get it. Movies are not the same as they were back when they were, first made. Obviously, there's more advancement with technology and stuff, but I thought it was quite an interesting film considering, and I watched it in 1994. So, that being said, too, you got to remember if you are old enough to remember technology back then as well. So, anyway, that's enough of that. Dating myself back in the ancient times. All right, so what one am I going to do next? I'm going to do one where I'm going to see a bunch of. So maybe, what is that on my canvas? I wonder if that's part of the parchment paper. I think it is. I think that's my fault. I think that's from the parchment paper. Yeah, comes right off. All right, I'm going to do the number 6 because it looks like there's some 6s where I could at least place it for a little bit while I'm reading. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll place a couple of these down and then I'll read number 7, which is how to kill or harm a vampire. Oop. There we go. Went too fast again. It happens. And I'm a little kind of off center, so I'm going to move my chair over a little bit because that's part of the reason why maybe I'm a little off too. All right, anyways, let's get on to how we can harm or kill a vampire. Vampire legend says the main way to kill a vampire include a wooden stake through the heart, exposure to sunlight, decapitation, removal of the heart, and contact with fire. Vampires also have objects that hurt them and or reduce their abilities. Vampires hate garlic, running water, and objects associated with Christianity, such as holy water and crucifixes. It's believed that vampires often need to be invited inside the place of residence of a human if the deed is in a human's name. This adds both a layer of protection for humans to escape and a chance for a human to consent to vampires entering their home. That seems like a lot of legal stuff there. I don't know. All right, let's see here. Some more sixes down. Oh, that's not straight. More. Lay this one down, and then we're gonna go to number 8, which is the vampire connection to Vlad the Impaler. Okay. While the history of the vampire legend dates back to ancient Greece, the most famous vampire, Count Dracula, is actually loosely based off of Vlad III of Wallachia. The ancestors of Vlad III became honored in the Order of the Dragon, a noble warring family, which is where Dracule or Drac were derived, hence the modern vampire name Dracula. Vlad III was also known as Vlad the Impaler, partly from his fix for blood and his tendency to impale his enemies to get rid of them. People believe that Vlad invited hundreds of boyars, Russians, who were part of the old sorry, oh gosh, old aristocracy at the highest rank and stabbed them, leaving their dead bodies on stakes for others to view. This gruesome practice is one example of Vlad's behavior that earned him the nickname Vlad the Impaler. Gosh, he does not seem like a nice person at all. Does not seem like a good human, but maybe he wasn't human, right? That's what they're saying. Something wrong with him. Oh my. All right. I'm gonna put a couple more down, and then we're gonna read number 9, which is the vampire disease. And then I will check and see how long I've been yapping and how quick I have to go through the facts about blood that I found. Some little fun facts. Put those 3 down, and then we'll read the next one, and then I'll have a couple more sexes to put down. I'm gonna take a little swig. Vampire-like behaviors are often associated with a rare genetic blood disease, porphyria. This group of illnesses refer to the buildup of porphyrin, which helps hemoglobin bring oxygen into the bloodstream. It causes a sallow appearance, sometimes a yellowing and stretching of the skin. Those with this illness also may have itchy or irritated skin, which makes them sensitive to sunlight and photographs. Urine may become dark brown or red. Lastly, people may develop madness over time if symptoms are not managed properly. This is why this disease or genetic disorder is known as the vampire disease. 9. I don't have number 10. I don't know where number 10 went. That is so weird. Oh, never mind. I found it. I don't have them in order. Terrible, terrible. Bad prep. Bad prep. All right, anyways. Enough being a goofball. Let's get this going. All right, let me lay down this one. And that one. And this one. And then I think I've got all the 6s. Well, that I can. Nope, no, I didn't. One more. Maybe. I'm sure there's more that I missed. And you guys are probably like, no, there's more. But whatever. I'm going to do the number 2 next. And get those laid out quick. And then we're going to do, which I don't know what number 10 is. Does not say what the caption is. Oh, why vampires lack a reflection. So, there we go. Ancient Egyptians believed that wine was the blood of people who dared to battle against gods. The reason why they believed this, that drinking wine temporarily, just temporarily, and then it like, I'm thinking I'm missing something because it said it did not deserve to be looked at. So I think it cut off somewhere. That's okay. Soulless creatures can be symbolic of non-stable entities, indicative of a vampire's ability to shapeshift into and or control bats, and wolves, but that does not explain why they don't have a reflection. Huh, whatever. They can't. We're just gonna move on from that one. Sorry, guys. That was just not a good one. Number 5 I ended up pulling out too for the drill color. I'm going to have to make sure when I print these off, they actually print off correctly. I didn't really prep before I started this one, which I should have. That's all right. Sometimes it is just what it is. You got to let yourself be a little bit of a hot mess, which can be the story of my life sometimes. All right, let me go ahead and go to the next thing, which is beware of redheads. Got a niece that's a redhead. Anyway, in medieval times, people with red hair were regarded as vampires. Similarly, in ancient Greece, people believed that redheads turned into vampires after death. The ancient Greeks burned the dead bodies of redheads before burial in order to prevent them from rising from the grave. Well, that's just, I don't know, that just does not seem right. But, you know, you want to say like superstition and all, that's what that feels like to me. But put a couple more down, and then this is the last fact, I believe. Yes, and then we'll go on to the blood, the little fun facts about blood that I found. Some of it I'm sure you guys are going to know when I get there, and then some of it's just kind of fun, interesting knowledge that may be useful or, you know, whatever. But anyway, how to properly bury a vampire. While it may be impossible to kill the undead, a vampire burial is the best way to ensure that a vampire is immobilized for as long as possible. Wooden stakes are often driven through the vampire's chest in order to pin him into its coffin. Alternatively, a vampire can be buried face down with the hopes that it will dig itself further into the earth in the event that it should attempt to arise. Always stay strapped with holy water because you never know if a vampire is truly dead. Okay, so that was the facts about vampires that I found. I guess pretty interesting. So, let me turn my iPad on because there were some interesting facts about blood that I found on here. So it's 9 amazing facts about blood, and then I have a couple more I printed out. But the first one is there are many colors of blood. Excuse me. Let me put down another 5 or so, and I will read you that. Blood comes in many colors. When you have. Wait, hold on. Aside from ombre shades of red, deep maroon to cheery cherry, we humans can also unbleak. Unbleak? I need to move my iPad to the other side. I'm like reading like through past the cord. It's really weird. Anyway. Humans can also unleash black, brown, gray, pink, and orange blood. And of course, deoxygenated blood appears blue in color, which seen through our veins is actually just dark red. Gosh, I can't read. Oh Lord. All right, it's gonna be just fine. All right. So, just getting myself kind of loopy, laughing at myself. Sometimes if you don't laugh at yourself, then you can't always take yourself so serious. Something I've learned, especially like over the past like 4 or 5 years. All right, so let's see. Human blood has gold in it. We know human blood is valuable and has iron, which gives you that fab red color. But did you know that blood also has traces of other heavy metals, like gold? The average human has 2 milligrams of gold running through their arteries and veins. You are so extra. Okay, let me put down a couple more of these 5s. Oh, shoot. A couple of these down. I love this little cover reminder too. Anyway, I got this cover reminder from yeah, Zodiac Shadow on Etsy. I love it. It's because it moves around and stuff. Anyway, cows have way more blood types than humans. Humans have 4 blood types: A, B, AB, and O. And cows have 11 major blood groups, which one group contains 60 different subtypes. It just isn't fair. I mean, they already have 4 stomachs. Okay. Let me put a couple more down. Oops. Some people drink human blood. Maybe you've heard of blood sausage or soup, but have you heard of people drinking their own blood? There are 3 names for it: autovampirism, autohemophagia, and medical sanguinarian. The first is a fetish, second is a mental health condition, and the third is people who drink blood as a health benefit. Blood is not good to drink because it has toxic levels of iron. How about a nice glass of tomato juice instead? All right, so this may be something that our dear sweet allergic to mosquitoes. Mushmallow didn't know. And I actually was quite interested to know this, but also kind of a little annoyed about it because I have this blood type. So let's see here. Mosquitoes prefer certain blood types. If you're a mosquito magnet, it may be because mosquitoes prefer type O blood. The most common blood type O, is also a favorite of blood organizations. Since type O can be given to any other blood type, so go give ya universal donors. Don't let the mosquitoes have all the juice. Go give blood, it says. Don't let mosquitoes get all the juice. So, yeah, apparently O-type blood, them mosquitoes be looking for us because they think we are muy tasty, okay? So, get you some mosquito repellent. All right, I'm gonna grab number 2 now for sure. Okay, my next fact is cute animals that suck blood. I don't know. Are bats cute? Bed bugs and ticks have faces only a mother could love. But how about a vampire finch or a bat? Here's the blood-sucking all-stars from the cutest to ugliest. The ox pecker, vampire finch, vampire bat, vampire snail. Yes, mosquito. Harmful as they may be, they are cool looking. I do not agree, but that's what this person says. Leeches. Yes, they rank high on the icky factor, but again, just look at those smooth minimalist shape. Ticks, fleas, and bed bugs. All right, well, that's okay. Good to know there. Let's see. Ah. Get this. You guys can see how it's coming together. All right. So your cornea has no blood supply. There's one single body part where blood does not go. Your cornea. This part of your eyeball doesn't need blood because it uses oxygen right out of the air. Rainbow animal blood colors. Okay, let me get a couple more of these laid down here, and then we'll go over the animals and their different colored blood. Did you know that animals can have different colored blood than we humans? I bet some of you probably knew that, but here we go. Let's see. Let me get a couple more of these down, and then I will read that. Can't get these. There it goes. All right. Red blood for humans, violet for some marine worms, blue for squids and spiders, green for worms and leeches, yellow for butterflies and insects, black for brachiopods. The animal kingdom does not serve up orange blood, so leave it to us to finish up. Well, it says us menstruators, which I don't do that anymore, so I guess I can't be included in that group. To finish up the complete rainbow. But also, I believe like some crabs actually have blue blood, but I'll check. I have that in here somewhere. I remember reading it. Anyway, number 9, which is the last fact for this, and then I've got a couple more I wanted to say that were a little bit more like normalish ones. You have a lot of it. Your body makes 17 million red blood cells every second, and you have 1.5 gallons of it sloshing around inside your body. Donating blood takes 8 to 10 minutes. So it says that you can donate blood. That was the last fact for that. So it's like one of those donate blood, .org kind of ones, and it's like fun facts. Okay, so here are some other facts I thought were kind of interesting. Your body has over 160,000 kilometers, I'm sorry, or 100,000 miles of blood vessels, which is when laid end to end, would stretch 2.5 times around the Earth. An average lifetime, the human heart pumps 1.5 million barrels of blood, and that's enough to fill 200 train track cars. A couple more down. One unit of blood can be separated into several components: red blood cells, plasma, platelets, and cryoprecipitate. Precipitate. Good grief, Eileen. Pregnant women have roughly 50% more blood by week 20 of pregnancy than they did before conception. And a couple more. A couple more facts. In emergencies, coconut water can be used as a substitute for blood plasma. A blood cell can make a complete circuit of your body in less than 30 seconds. Your blood accounts for 8% of your body weight. Every year, the average meat-eating American ingests enough blood to fill a can of soda. Okay. But some of us that prefer our meat like rarish probably eat a little bit more than others, right? I mean, I don't know. Probably. That's my guess. It's not an educated guess at all. It's just a thought. All right, let's see. Those strange bright white dots you see floating around you when you look at the sky are white blood cells. It's called blue field entropic phenomenon. All right. George Washington was bled to death by doctors. This was because bloodletting was a common practice back then. It was supposed to get rid of bad blood. And I didn't know that. Let's see. And then it says here, there has been an example of blood becoming a dark green color. Surgeons operating on a 42-year-old Canadian man got the shock of their lives when they discovered dark. Where is it? These things just cut off. That's funny. Whatever. Anyways, apparently he had green blood. Huh. Weird. All right, let me see if there's anything else that I can offer you. The word blood appears at least once in every play by Shakespeare. And it looks like the presidential car contains blood should the president need it. So, interesting to know. I don't know why we would need to know that, but it's interesting to know. So, they are my facts about vampires and blood. There's probably more I could have shared, like, more medical interesting facts about it, but I thought to make this one a little bit more fun, not fun, but a little bit more or less about medicine, because sometimes it can just be about just talking about a little bit of a subject. So I am going to call this my whip in chat. And thank you guys for bearing with me through all that madness. And I will absolutely be sharing the rest of this when I get it done, and absolutely doing a review for any of you that are wondering about Sparkle Studios. But I will have in the description box down below my affiliate link should you want to go and take a look. And I believe there is a discount, not for my channel, but if you order from them, which I think is Sparkle 10, and you get 10% off your canvas, at least, or it might even be 15. I did not, I haven't looked in the last couple days, but there's a discount code that you can get up the top banner of the website, so you could save yourself some money if you choose to purchase from them. But if you do use my affiliate link, I do get a small commission, which I can put back into the channel. So I do want to make sure I'm upfront about that. But that is my whip and chat. Please like and comment, and have yourself a nice day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care. Happy diamond painting. And until my next video, bye.